I'm looking clownish now, but trust me, when I'm finished, everything comes together and I just look so flawless, so airbrushed, everything. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kay and over here we do beauty related videos, and if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please be sure to subscribe. So today, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be showing you my flawless foundation routine, my flawless and airbrush foundation routine. So whenever I do this, I am always feeling myself. It is full coverage, it's stunning, and I don't know, if you like the look of this, then you're gonna like this tutorial. So I've been doing this routine consistently recently, and I really love the way it turns out and the way it holds up during the day. Originally I thought I had oily skin, oily / combo skin, but these days my skin is seeming drier and drier recently, so I feel like I'm having close to normal skin, like normal to oily skin, but I still like a hydrated finish, I don't know. So I'm going to be using a lot of hydrating products, and if your skin is similar to mine in the sense that you do get oily in the T-zone but your skin still thirsts for hydration in your makeup, then you're going to love this routine. And even if you're not, you can pick some things from this routine and, you know, leave some things. There's still things that you might pick up from it that you might enjoy. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So I'm just going to prime my face with a Fenty Hydrating Primer. So my friend gave this to me because she said it doesn't work for her. And I was skeptical about using it at first because I was like, I have oily skin as well, what if it doesn't work for me? But I feel like my skin is changing. Like, I feel like my skin is really changing because nowadays when I use matte products, my face just feels extra dry. Like, I can even see like my skin looking so thirsty. But when I use hydrating products, it just looks good. So yeah. And then I'm gonna use my NARS Radiant Foundation in the shade Macao. I've been loving this recently. I really want to try the matte foundation, the matte version of this, but I don't know why everything comes to the UK like months late. So I guess we're gonna have to wait till December to try that one. Which, I don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like by December I'm not even going to want to be wearing matte foundation anyway. But I guess next summer it is then. So I feel like the biggest game changer that I've been doing recently is using the Kevyn Aucoin concealers. So the great thing about these is the coverage. The coverage is amazing, but the colors are just a little bit off for me. Like, I wanted something that was not too bright, but at the same time bright enough to highlight me. So I got SX12, but SX12 is a bit too olive for me to use all over my, for me to use as a highlight. So I got SX11, but SX11 is too light. So what I do now is mix both of them together. So I use the mix formula in the center of my face. And I use the SX11 underneath my eyes. Oh no, that was SX12. And a little bit goes a long way, so that is all I use. I'm kind of mad that I accidentally used the mixture here instead of the SX11, but oh well. So I first use a brush to like spread it out a little bit. As you can see, the coverage is crazy. And then I just use a sponge to further blend it in. And this concealer is like a big game changer. So the next thing I do is I go into my Huda Beauty Tantour, and I use the shade medium, so I use that to just contour / bronze up my face. And that's another thing I love about this headband wig. Like, wearing this headband wig means that my edges are out, there's no lace, and I can actually bronze up my forehead, because I actually love bronzing up my forehead, but when you're wearing lace, like, you can barely do that. So I kind of overlap the highlighted areas a little bit because I want them to marry and blend into each other. So I use the brush to blend it in first, and then I go in with the sponge. So this ensures that there is no harsh lines and everything is super seamless. And then the next thing is to set it, and I set using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Banana Bread. And this powder has actually been a little bit of a game changer for me. I've been loving it recently. And even though I didn't highlight my chin, I'm still gonna set my chin because my chin gets like super oily, so I just kind of put a lot of powder there to kind of combat the oil. And then I'm gonna go into my beloved NYX No Filter Finishing Powder, and I'm gonna use that to set the rest of the areas of my face and just kind of blend everything together. I noticed a lot of people don't set the rest of their face with an all over face powder anymore, and they just set like highlighted areas with baking powder and you know, contoured areas with bronzer. But for me personally, I still like to set everywhere properly because I feel like it just helps bronzer and blush and everything go on a lot smoother. It also helps there not to be like a major gap between the highlighter and the bronzer. So it's like everything just blends together a lot more seamlessly when you set, in my opinion. So for bronzer today, I'm going to go into the Morphe Glamour Bronze in the shade Phenom. And I have been loving this bronzer recently. It is like a perfect bronzer that's not too dark or too light either. So it does bronze you up, but it doesn't make you look overly red, overly warm, overly dark. It just does what a bronzer is meant to do. And recently I have not stopped using my Cliché blush from XX Revolution. I really love this blush. They came out with so many beautiful shades, but I've just been addicted to this one. I actually have 3 shades of this blush, but I always use Cliché. I really love it. And I apply it generously. I'm looking clownish now, but trust me, when I'm finished, everything comes together and I just look so flawless, so airbrushed, everything. So I'm gonna go off, do my brows, my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna come right back and finish off my face with you guys. So I'm back now and my eyes are done and I look a lot more human. But yeah, we still have some work to do. So now the next thing I do is contour my nose, and I don't do like a really harsh contour, at least I try not to. So I'm just using the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NC47, and I'm using that to just carve out my nose a little bit. And then I'm gonna bronze off the tip of my nose. And then sometimes I just use some powder to just clean it up. I don't always do this, but sometimes I do, so why not do it for today? And generally I don't leave that on for long, maybe like 2 minutes. So I just wipe that off with a brush, just kind of blend that in. And then I use my blush brush to also blush the tip of my nose. I'm just gonna bring some life back to my face. And I'm gonna spray the Super Dewy, and then I'm gonna spray the Super Dewy Setting Spray from Revolution. Then we're going to go into highlighter, and I'm going to use the shade Frequency from XX Revolution. highlighter is very potent, so I like to tap in just very, very lightly and then blend that all over my cheekbone, or lack thereof. And if you can see, that setting spray just melted everything into my skin. That's why I really like that setting spray. Makes everything have more of a skin-like finish after you've powdered everything up. And that is that for highlighter, but sometimes after I put highlighter on, I like to go over again with my blush brush just to make sure everything is blended in. And that is pretty much that for the skin, to be honest. So I'm just going to do my lips off camera and I'll be right back. So I just wanted to show you how my skin looks in natural light, because sometimes in the studio lights it looks a bit extreme, but outside in real life it kind of looks a bit more normal. Like, yes, my under eyes are still kind of bright, but it's not like crazy or clownish. So this is the finished look. This is what everything looks like when all is said and done, and I really love it. It's really flawless. So that spray really gave it a skin-like finish, but you still have all the coverage in the world. You're still highlighted, bronzed. I don't know, everything about this look just gets me hype. I've been doing it consistently recently, and I've just been feeling myself every time I do my makeup. And I just wanted to share it with you. I've been meaning to share it for a long time, but like every time I try and do it, there's always one thing or the other that's wrong with the video. But yeah, here we are, and hopefully this one makes it to YouTube. So I mixed a few high-end products and drugstore products, but if you want to see a strictly drugstore version, please let me know. And that brings us to the end of the video. As always, please make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'd love to see you in the next one.